everyone. This is, I think, the fifth, out of 10, the fifth Unity stream that we're going to do. So, I'll just jump right into it. No need for an intro. We added player movement, we added jumping, so we're going to just lock in on it more. I actually don't have much else to say on it. We're just going to pick up from where we were before, learning how to make this sort of game, and then we're going to derive into a variety of different types of tutorials and whatnot.
Once and double click idle 01. The select sprite window is going to close automatically, and now if you look inside your animation, you will see that you have a keyframe at second 0.
Okay, so we actually did this part. We're just trying to do... Oh, we got pretty far in.
Animation. Now, which means that every time when you start your game or your level, your character is going to be in default state, which is what we want. But now we want to create a condition which allows us to take the character from the idle state
This is where we
to the
left
running
off.
state. And to do this, we need to create a transition. Now, right click on the idle state.
Okay, the audio is playing at the right speed, but I think the playback speed looks really janky.
Press make transition, then left click on the running state.
Make transition. Okay. Animator. Make transition. Click on the flying. Okay.
You're going to notice that the white arrow has appeared and it's connecting idle to run. If you left click it on the right side, you're going to see that it has some properties. We're going to tweak them in a second, but for now let's create another transition. This time we need to right click on run, press make transition, then left.
Okay, we're going to do back and forth. Flying. Make transition. Back here. Cool.
Click on to the idle animation. This transition is going to help our player stop running and go back into the idle animation. Now, the final piece of this puzzle is called a parameter, which is a value that you feed to your animator from your code to let it know when to do certain actions. In our case, when to start running and when to stop running. To create a new parameter, you need to press the parameters button
In the animator, parameters.
right underneath the animator tab. And you're going to see a text that says list is empty, which means we have no currently created parameters. To make a new one, press the plus sign, then choose a boolean and call it run.
Okay. We're going to have to kind of derive from this, but we'll see if the boolean works. Wait, okay. So we'll do picture in picture, and we'll have to derive off from what he's doing, because we're going to do it when he jumps versus when he runs. We don't have a running animation because it's a rubber duck. I don't really know what I'd do there.
Now you can press on the transition arrow between
Okay, wait, what did he... Boolean, we'll call it flying bool.
idle and run. And on the right side, underneath conditions, press the plus sign.
So, scene, inspector, what are we currently selected on? The idle to run. So animator, idle to run. So idle to flying, scene. We're gonna do conditions.
Now you'll see that run was added automatically, and that's because it's the only parameter that we have in our animator.
Right.
And the value is set to true, which means that our animator will transition from idle to run when the run boolean will be equal to true. I think you got the point. Now let's take
Okay, let's get you down here so I can kind of figure out what he's doing a little bit better.
care of the opposite transition from running back to idle. So
Running back to idle, so flying back to idle.
pick the transition arrow, add a new condition, but this time instead of true, pick false. Now the next thing that we need to change is
If I want several conditions, I really hope that I'm not going to have to make a lot of different booleans, because then I have to rename this other original one, but that's okay.
this has exit time checkmark on both of our transitions. When has exit time is enabled, your transitions will not be immediate, which means that it will take you a bit of time to change from one animation to another. It might help you in some cases when you're trying to create more natural animations, but in our case we want it to be immediate and we want it to be very snappy. So select both of our transitions and turn exit time off. Okay, now our animator is ready to handle the transition from idle to running and from running back to idle. Now the question is, how does it know when the run parameter is true and when is it false? To handle that, we're gonna need to do a bit more coding in the player movement script. First off, we're gonna need access in the code to our animator
Okay, so we're gonna create another pipe, I'm guessing.
Component. To get it, we're gonna use the same principle that we used for our rigid body 2D component. So create a private animator called anim, or whatever else you like. And in the await method, use getComponentAnimator to get access to it. And just to help you understand this code better and remember what it does, I'm gonna put a comment on top of it saying that these two lines help you grab references for your rigid body and animator component from your game object. Okay, great. Now that we have a reference to our animator, we can use it to set the value of our run parameter directly from here. To do this, we're gonna go inside the update method, and I'm also gonna put a comment in here as well so you understand what this does. Then I'm gonna say anim dot set bool, because our run parameter is a boolean, as you might remember. Then I'm gonna open the round brackets.
Okay. It is pasted into the jump animation.
Then I'm gonna open the quotation marks and type in run inside.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Anim dot set bool to run.
Make sure that the name that you put in here is exactly the same as the name of the parameter inside the animation window.
So my parameter is flying bool. So I'm glad you said that, because otherwise I would have just put run.
No, otherwise it's not gonna work.
Right?
Then you need to put a comma and give it a boolean value, which means true or false. But as you can see, I didn't do it. I actually put in horizontal input exclamation mark equals 0. So what does this mean?
Not equal to's versus equal
to's. This is basically a logical check to make our code clearer and shorter. Let me illustrate how it works with an example. As you remember, the horizontal input depends on whether or not you are pressing the left or right arrows. In this case, let's say that you are not pressing any of them. And as you know, the horizontal input in this case is going to be equal to 0. So now you can read this statement like, is 0 not equal to 0?
Okay, so this is if horizontal input is pressed. We need to make it so, we're going to derive from this little code here, because we need to make it so when the space key is pressed. So, is 0 not equal to 0? Can I get access vertical maybe? Okay, we're gonna break our code here just to try something. So we'll call it vertical input and do vertical input, get access vertical, and we'll see if that works. I'm not saying it will, but if I want to try it.
Which obviously in this case is false. So you take this false value and you immediately feed it into the run parameter, which ultimately means.
Or I guess we're not even doing vertical input. If we're receiving W, that shouldn't make the player jump. So we're gonna comment that out and we're gonna come back to it.
Means that your player is not gonna run. It's gonna play the idle animation. Now consider the opposite.
Okay. We're gonna try to understand what he's doing here so maybe we can find our own way of doing it. Okay. So okay. Let's see. Move this away. Oh, I have so many windows open. Okay. Okay, so this is saying if the arrow keys are not pressed, then our horizontal input is 0. Is 0 not equal to 0, which is false? So it means this is what it will do if the player is not moving. What if we made this an else statement? Like, not an else if, but just else. Can I do that in C#? Let me just Google it. Else in C#. If and else statements. Okay. W3 schools. Is there an else? Please? W3 schools? Okay. Move you away. Okay, I want else. Okay, so they do their if statements in curly brackets in this one, but over here we aren't doing our if statements in curly brackets. Okay. And the okay. So we have it so if we're getting it, our velocity will do this. Else our bool, and then we'll have our animation. So this should be the animation running. So if we get the key space, the animation will run. If we don't get the key space, or what I'm saying, if the space bar isn't pressed, then we our flying bool should be false. Can I just put false? Will that work? Maybe. See. Okay, we're really deriving here because we're doing a very different animation.
It means that your player is not gonna run. It's gonna play the idle animation. Now consider the opposite scenario. Let's say that your arrow keys are pressed. Let's say that your D key is pressed or your right arrow key is pressed. The horizontal.
Okay, so right now we're comparing the horizontal input to not being 0. So theoretically, we can do this input dot key code space. Could we put it to a numerical value? Is not equal to 0. And this would be is that it is equal to 0. Maybe it'll work.
Horizontal input is going to be different than 0. In fact, it's going to be 1. So is 1 not equal to 0? Yes, it's not equal. So we get a true value. So when your right key is pressed, your player is going to be running. And the same thing goes with the left key. Alright, sorry for the long explanation, but I really wanted to be concise here so you can understand what's really happening behind the scenes. So finally you can go back into Unity, press play and see how it works in action.
Alright, so now we are to free roam and see what the nonsense I put together, if it makes any semblance of sense. All compiler errors. Okay, so so we got some errors. That's a different area to debug, but okay. So maybe we'll do true and false. So true, false. You can fix the logistics of it, but if you can just compile it, that'll be step 1. So we'll move from one error to another, but if you put it together, then that's okay. Nope. Okay. Get a game as well. Let's see. Let's see. Lines 34 and 77. That sounds like the 2 lines. Yeah. 34. What? Okay, wait. Oh, I spit a semicolon. That's the error. What? But we have the semicolon. Um. Interesting. We're gonna try this one more time and see if we're still seeing like expected a semicolon, because right now I don't see any missing semicolons. I'm seeing all the semicolons being there, so we'll take a look at Unity. Alright, what's going on? Okay, now we're just waiting for compiler errors. Okay. Oh. Console's telling me what I'm doing wrong. That would be so much nicer to know. Okay. Which one's the newest one? Else cannot start a statement. Okay. What do you mean by that? Okay. I don't understand this at all, so we're gonna ignore that for a second. If we do an else if, would it work better? Because then we have to have a condition. Should we do the curly brackets? Would that help? Tab. Curly brackets. So that would close these. This is closing the void update. This is closing the whole thing. We'll try it. We'll try it. Oh, these all my errors right now? Okay. Okay. This is not giving me correct line numbers. Expected. Invalid expression term else. Is else supposed to be capitalized? No. Okay. We put an extra parentheses around the two of these. Maybe that would help, because this is something that was in parentheses before. Maybe. File. Save. Unity. Run. Nope. Okay. Okay, I also don't know what it means by 3479. Like this is the time that we got these errors. We ran it and we got these errors. Else cannot start a statement. Let's see. Do we need to have an else statement in here? Because we have it going back to idle. So maybe that would work. We'll take out the else statement and see how that runs. Oh, that got rid of all of my errors, so all of it was in the else statement. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to bring back that else statement just to figure out what I did, but... Oh, wait! Look at him! He's flying! That's so cute! I think the last part of the last part of the animation is like way too thick, but that's okay. I'm just happy this guy is flying. Look at him. I know it's not much, but that's okay. Look at a little rubber duck. He doesn't really look like a rubber duck, but that's okay. I don't really know how to make this guy look more like a rubber duck. I mean, I guess I can make the whole sprite shinier, but like, you know. Whee! Something slide. I'm glad that he's defaulting back as well. Okay, so we did that on our own. So we can be happy, we can clap for ourselves. That's right, guys. We did it. Alright, let's go.
The player is facing the right direction and the animation of running is playing correctly.
Right, we're all good.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
But the player is also running while in midair and we have no jumping animation, so let's tackle that next. We'll start off by selecting the player and...
Okay, so we're gonna skip a lot of this because this is a much simpler game, I think, in terms of animation. I'm really, I'm trying to learn Unity and make a functional game before I focus on the animation of him. So... Let me think. Is there some other animation we should add in while this guy yaps? Can we do time? Like every so often this guy will blink, because look at him. He's really not blinking at all. Like I like it's rubber duck, so... What are rubber ducks? They float in water, so I guess every so often we can have like a bubble animation, but again, that's not really necessary. I think we're good in terms of animations right now. So we're gonna skip ahead to when he's done with the jumping animation, because we are cutting that. Oh, this is like a lot of, okay.
Immediately. It takes a bit of time to transition from jumping to idle. To fix this, we need to go back into Unity, open the animator window, select the transition from jumping to idle, open the settings, then change the transition duration to 0. Now choose the transition from any state to jumping and do the exact same thing. Now we have one final step to do for this all to work perfectly. In the animator window, add a new parameter of type trigger and call it jump. Select the transition from any state to jump again and change the condition from grounded to jump. And finally, thanks to everyone who watched and got this far. I wanted to
Okay, cool. The third tutorial.
In this video, I'm gonna show
Wall
you how to do
jumping.
wall jumping.
Okay, should the duck wall jump is the question.
In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do wall jumping. So
I think for our game, do we really need or want wall jumping in here? Because we're going to be outdoors for a lot of it. So I would say not really, actually.
let's jump right in. First of all, open the player movement script and delete the private boolean called grounded. To replace it, I'm going to introduce a new method called isGrounded that's going to return a boolean value. And I'm going to explain why I did it in a minute. For now, just keep in mind that this method will tell our code if our player is grounded and when it's not.
Okay, so we should... Let's open up our little trusty little notepad. Here. So I think I deleted the last one, which is kind of lame. But okay. Our goal is to defeat the boss duck here. Defeat the boss duck. So we want to add projectiles, which is soap. We want to add enemies. Tile maps. And what are other features of the game we should probably add? Probably crouching, actually. Crouching to get through small spaces. Flying to get through tall spaces. Maybe we don't actually have to remove flying as an aspect of the game. It's a bit overpowered, I think, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go back to VS Code. We're gonna add the bug as a feature. That's what we're gonna do. And if you found some way to debug it, we can add that in the game. But for right now, we're just gonna leave it. Let's see. I think that's okay for right now. So go to.
And let's make it return a false value just because I want to get rid of this error. Now, you might have noticed that because we deleted the grounded boolean, we have 4 lines 39 and 45, but we can delete those lines altogether. Great, we got rid of all the errors. Now let's start implementing the isGrounded method. To make it work,
Okay, this is all wall jumping based, so I actually might skip this video, which I know is gonna take remove so much of this for me, but I think I can add other stuff in for crouching. What are other parts of this little platform game we should probably learn to add? I wouldn't say wall jumping is a priority. So we're gonna. I'm sorry, pandemonium. Oh. I don't recommend skipping it. If you don't want to use walling, just don't mark any objects with wall layer. Okay. That's really convenient because I think he read my mind. So, you know what? We will make a note of it. So, missing code. go back to what episode are we on of this Pandemonium tutorial? 3. Ep 3 of Pandemonium tutorial. Okay. Back to our little notepad. We'll come over to my other monitor. And then we'll skip over the video. I'm sorry. I know I'm being advised not to, but I'm just gonna skip over it because I'm not making this exact game.
In this video, I'm gonna show you.
I clicked on the wrong one. Okay.
In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make our player shoot fireballs.
There we go.
Let's go. If you don't have the project from my
I kind of like the little mouth animation he's doing. Look at that. That's kind of cute. What can we do that with our rubber duck here? Let's go back to Unity. That's not the right Unity. This Unity. Okay. This is my rubber duck as a reference of what I was like. This is what I used for rubber duck programming and all that kind of stuff. I know it's kind of silly, but look at him. I actually don't remember where I got him from. But I've had him around. I think I got this from an arcade with my family. I went for my cousins for like a birthday thing or something. Okay, my background's kind of janky. Ignore that. But anyway, do we want to have an animation for the soap firing? We could have particles. I think that'd actually have cool to have particles, but we can go to the particle stuff later. So we'll just go add soap particles to the notepad. Oop, that's just not what I meant to do. Oop, my tape stuck to my, I think again, my clothes. Okay. Soap particles, question mark. Okay. Let's get back to the tutorial. Skip ahead.
Don't worry, I'm gonna put the GitHub link in the description. Alright.
Okay, so here's the GitHub link. So I guess the Unity platform is pretty important.
Have the project from episode 3, don't worry, I'm gonna put the GitHub link in the description.
Appreciate it.
Alright, to start off, let's open the player movement script. First off, I'm gonna delete the onCollision and 2D method because we don't need it anymore.
Oop,
Then
okay.
we're gonna create a public boolean method called canAttack.
Okay. We're making it in the player movement script a public boolean that says canAttack. So where is this? This is no longer under, is this under update? This is not under update because there's only one parenthesis at the bottom. So we will tab out of update. We will delete these extra lines so I don't feel like I had something there. Give some space, tab, private bool canAttack. I'm pretty sure it's what he did. Is that how you create it? Wait, let me double check. It's called canAttack.
And inside we're gonna define when exactly the player will be able to attack. In this case, I'm gonna say that.
Okay, so what should be our attack key? Because space is actually our jump key, which is like what I typically picture for an attack key. So I guess we can do shift is crouch. So let's see. What would be a good key? E. WASD. E is pretty close. Yeah, we'll use E, I think. If he decides to do something else, we can consider that as well. If he has a better idea, we'll use it. Okay. Return horizontal input equals 0.
That the player will be able to attack when the horizontal input is equal to 0, which means that he's not moving left to right. And he's also grounded, and he's also not on a wall.
Okay. Hear me out. We aren't going to do grounded or on a wall because I think it'd be pretty funny to have a duck flying in shooting fireballs. I know it's like super janky, but for the purposes of this game, we're just going to have him not moving left to right, I guess. So that'd be too overpowered. You want to jump and attack, I think it's okay. Actually, that'd be pretty good. It's a game mechanic, you have to jump up and time your thing. So we'll implement it. We'll leave that in.
If either one of his conditions is not met, this method will return false, and the player will not be able to attack. Alright, we're done with the script. Now,
what? That was really fast. We just added one return. Okay. I mean, he added like 3 conditions, but we added 1. Let's see. For this rubber duck, I guess what are other conditions we don't want? I guess if he's taking damage, we shouldn't have him, so we can, let's see. Like, add later can't shoot after taking damage for some time. How will the ducks attack him? Feathers. Well, they'll shoot feathers, obviously. Okay, wait. Enemies are ducks that can shoot feathers. Yeah, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Wait, I did think of that. Okay.
Let's go back into Unity and create another script, which we're gonna call player attack. When you're done,
Oh, okay. So we're gonna add another script. Just gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, why not? Where are we adding it? Oh, typo. Horizontal. Oh, I guess not. What? See, it says in Unity, horizontal input does not exist in the current context. That's not good. What do they mean by that? What do they mean by that? In current context. Okay, back to the video we go. I cut that earlier, I guess. There you are.
attach it to the player object and open the script. And the player
Horizontal input equals 0.
will not be able to attack. If either one of these conditions is not met, this method will return false and the player will not be able to attack. Alright, we're done with
Did you just leave a period there?
conditions is not
Why?
met. This method will return false and the player will not be able to attack.
Huh. I am so confused. Okay.
Alright, we're done.
Okay, let's go back to Visual Studio. We're gonna add the period there just for the sillies, just to see if that changes anything in this thing. Yeah, it's invalid token. That doesn't do anything for me. File, save, console. Okay, fine. If input.getAxis horizontal is equal to 0. Does that make any difference to you? Let's see. Save. Unity. Will it? Won't it? We'll see. Put it all together. Yeah, okay. I don't know why the variable wasn't being accessed by the thing, but that's fine, I guess. We aren't changing on that, so we'll just go with it. If it works, it works, even if it's super janky. Okay. Project. Scripts. What's new script did he make? Let's get that video back up. Picture. Alright, what are you doing, buddy? Let's see.
With the script. Now let's go back into Unity and create another script which we're gonna call player attack.
Okay, sure. Well, I was gonna say just call it attack, but then we might have the enemies attack, so I guess that makes sense. Great. See you. Okay. So many objects. Okay. Player attack. Yay. Do I normally name my scripts? Yeah, I usually call them play move script. So I'm gonna add script to the end just because I like being consistent. Or not, or we will not do that. What's going on here? Script. Ooh, I really can't type SCRIPT. Okay, fine by me. Player attack script.
When you're done, attach it to the player object and open the script. In here, let's create
Ducky. How do you attach it to the player object? Wait, oh. I just like. So what did I just do? Now I have just a blue line here. Okay. We will undo that. You will undo that because I don't know what I just did. Oh, my computer's having an aneurysm. Okay. I'm just getting the arrow sound, but no notification anywhere. Bro, I can't do anything in this window. What did I do? I dragged and dropped into the wrong spot. Control Z. Okay. What was I supposed to do? Let me see what I was supposed to do first.
Alright, we're done with the script. Now let's go back into Unity and create another script which we're gonna call player attack. When you're done, attach it to the player object and open the script.
Okay, so we attached it. What happened? Unity. Bro, okay. Hello. Player attack script. Okay, you know what? We're doing this. I'm gonna do my own thing. Add component. Stop. Stop. You don't need to compile. I just deleted something that didn't have any effect on this entire game. Okay. New script. That's how I get my script thing. Okay. Player attack script. Create and add. That wasn't that bad. Why is the name not coming up though? What's going on there? Interesting. Let's see. Did I upload all my Unity videos? Crap. I think I might have uploaded them out of order. Whoopsies. Wait. I'm gonna take a minute to do this. This is the current one. That's the one I already uploaded. Did I do the third one? No, because the first two were Flappy Bird. The third one and the fourth one were the two most recent ones, and I'm recording the fifth one right now. Yeah, okay. Panic over. We're all good. Crisis averted, guys. We're okay. So, I don't know why I say it like that. I think it's just under assets, so we're just gonna drag and drop it into scripts. See? Much better than this guy, because for some reason my version worked better. I'm just kidding. I'm not better than Pandemonium whatsoever like at this. I'm making a joke. It's all for the sillies, guys. It's all for the sillies. Okay, player attack script. Let's open you up. Alright, you're open. Let's get cracking. Oop, I don't have internet. That's what I forgot. Okay. I want to see if I can do this on my own, actually. Let's see if I can get, like, what if I just, like, went into update and just took the code? What if I just stole my own code, guys? Okay, if keycode.e. I don't know what the key code for the E space is, but we'll figure that out later, apparently. What will happen, though? That's my question. We actually don't have anything with the soap right now. I also need to tab this in. So, if the input keycode.e, then what? Oh, this is also in the wrong script. Oh my gosh, I meant to put this in the player attack script. Whoopsies, there's nothing in the Ducky script right now. I don't really know why. We just decided to put it all in player movement, but that's fine, I guess. Player attack. Yay, okay. This will do this. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some internet. so I guess we do not have internet, so that's okay. We will try to continue without for as long as we can. I guess for the meantime, what can we do? Let's see, can we use Paint Tool Side maybe? To make some animations. I mean, it's something we can do while we wait. Control new, what, like 120 by 120 was my... No, I'm currently recording. Thank you. Please refrain from checking items in my room. And please hit the door, you wild child.
Please don't edit that out.
I'm not gonna edit anything out. Oh, focus, that was my brother. Ignore that. Okay, we'll call this up bubbles. I like the grid. Can I get my grid back? Canvas. Canvas background. Bright checker. Yeah, okay. Not like that. Light pink. Ooh. Slightly lighter pink. And then color grabber. Oh, I'm just like making 1,000 shapes here. That's okay. I'll just kind of combine them all later. And then grab this color. If you're like curious about what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of making shapes until I kind of get the image of what I'm thinking of. What I'm thinking of is like almost very traditional depiction of like a bubble, like a cartoon or something. So, you know, it's sparkly, or I guess like not sparkly, shiny. Shiny is a better word for it. So we have these little like rays of light in the middle, I don't know. Never use pure white, so I hope that's not saturation 1, that's not what I meant. Ooh, that looks atrocious actually, zooming out. So let's fix that. I don't like the atrocious look. So we're gonna go like this, and I think clear out some of the sides of the bubble more. So it looks less like this. I'm pretty sure there's a pen that actually does this a way better job at this than just creating 1,000 shapes. But we have a bubble, so it looks kind of nasty. I kind of don't like that. Was there a pen that just does this correctly? Let me make a new layer. Oh, binary pen. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. We're gonna use a really thick binary pen. Alright. Okay, guys, we're just gonna undo everything I just did because I kind of don't like that. So that's just how it is. Okay. Slightly more saturated look. I still have the squares though. That's the thing. What the heck? Okay. I was kind of hoping that'd be actual bubbles, but it's just not working with me. Okay. Let's see. It's so small, I really don't think it's coming through. Huh. I might have to go back to my other. I like that. What's with the original bubble back? There we go. I think it's kind of blotchy, but I think it'll work. So, okay, we're gonna go back to this. I know, like, I am supposed to be coding right now, but theoretically, it's okay to make some assets for a game that I'm making. Just some of them. Okay. I am making all of them, technically, but, you know. I think what makes it so blotchy is that some corners have, like, really big blocks, while the rest of them might, like, not have as many evened out things, so gonna maybe even out the sides a bit better to make it look a little less blotchy. Usually you want to hear blotchy, I think of it describing makeup, but this works too, I think. Okay. Let's definitely even that out. It's a bit better. Not that much better, but it suffices. It suffices, guys. Okay. Let's take chunks out of this as well. Chunk out of this side. Like biting it out. Okay. You know what? I can live with that. I think I can live with that. Can I? Can I? Let's combine this all into one layer. Okay, and I have to press this like 100 times. 100 shapes. Look at that animation on the little side. If I was editing, I'd zoom in for you guys, but I'm not editing these, like, put together streams, but oh my gosh. Just click, 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 click. That little circle around and everything. Alright, look at that. How nice. Is there anything else I could do? Probably make this better. I think it works fine. File, save. This is actually gonna be in downloads, weirdly enough. Or is that? Okay. Downloads, Unity. Rubberducky. So we'll save the SCI, and then we'll also save the PNG. And then we'll go to Unity. And then we'll go to sprites. And then we'll go to that's what I meant to click on, definitely. Okay. Animation, animator. Oh, the game's still running. Whoops. I have to make soap bubbles too as well, because I'm going to resize this. Hopefully it doesn't, like, destroy it. File, save. Let's do Unity. That's the wrong Unity. I always click on the wrong Unity. Okay. How do we make a new animation? Let's do that. Animation. Flying. We have the animator. How do we make a new animation? Create a clip. Cool. Soap bubble animation. We'll call it that. Okay. Let's see. What the heck? Okay, this is a bit more difficult than I thought it'd be. That's okay. We will. You doing nothing. We'll add one more other soap bubble in there, just to start. I think wait. If I Control S, then I'm gonna be in trouble with OBS. I remember, don't worry. No, I don't want to save it as that. I want to save it as a PNG. I don't want to overwrite any of the files, so I usually click on this and then do 2. Hopefully that doesn't overwrite it. That doesn't. Okay, I made a new one. Hopefully that's fine. Unity folder, soap bubbles 2. Great. Game artist animator. Soap bubble 0. Can I grab the little white line? Please, I just want to add another keyframe. Okay, I added one keyframe, but that doesn't really help me at all. Okay, let's try this from the start. I'm going to hit record. Okay. Project animation. This is a struggle. This is a struggle. My hand kind of hurts too. Oh well. There we go. Yeah, these both the same thing. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna come back to that because I kind of don't know what that heck that is. But we tried. We tried, which is a start. We're going to. I don't even know what that is, so I'm gonna delete it. I can't delete it. Cool. That's something silly. Okay. Well, our game run just fine, despite all the fact of all the weird stuff that just happened. No. Yes. That's great. That's lovely. Okay, animator. Delete. Animation. There. That work for you? Okay. Broke my game trying to add bubbles. It's crazy. The floor still looks poorly textured, so I still gotta figure out how tile maps work, but that's gonna be interesting. Okay. So what did we learn today? We added a flying animation that works. I think that was today. And the animator is really difficult to use. I initially thought it wasn't, but it really is. And we talked about what we wanted to add to the game in the future. So we got this little note. This time we'll actually save it. Yes, I know. We'll save it into the Unity thing. So downloads, Unity, rubber ducky. It will go in here. Or not, apparently. I don't. File name? Oh. Duck notes. There we go. We have our duck notes. Looks like the game is running fine. Oh, whoopsies. I don't know why he's not appearing in the scene, which is kind of worrying me. I don't, bro. Ducky, you're supposed to be in here. I don't really know where you went, but okay. Sure, that works. I'm sure you're supposed to be in animations, you devious little... Okay. File, save. Visual Studio. File, save. And Ducky Script, you will be saved as well. Everything will be saved. So, we need to add the player talk script, and we're going to alter the tutorials code again, because I don't think he's going to be using the key that we want to use. And we definitely don't have working particle effects for the soap right now. We can definitely add some, so that's something to consider. It's been exactly an hour, so I will take a break. I do need to eat lunch and all of that stuff, like a human being. So, yeah, thank you for joining me on... Okay, wait, the outro property. Okay. Wait, there we go. I have not been censored this whole time. That's okay. Oh, my background. That's... Wait. My chair did like... Ugh, sorry, my brother came and messed with all of it. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys next time when we add projectiles into our game. And I hope today you enjoyed watching me do whatever it is that I put together. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye! See you next time.